The nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master and deserves one. There is a certain enthusiasm in liberty that makes human nature rise above itself in acts of bravery and heroism. I think the first duty of society is justice. It's not tyranny we desire, it's a just, limited, federal government. Real liberty is neither found in despotism or the extremes of democracy, but in moderate governments. There are seasons in every country when noise and impudence pass current for worth, and in popular commotions especially, the clamors of interested and factious men are often mistaken for patriotism. Why has government been instituted at all? Because the passions of men will not conform to the dictates of reason and justice without constraint. When the sword is once drawn, the passions of men observe no bounds of moderation. When the sword is once drawn, the passions of men observe no bounds of moderation. Learn to think continentally. Constitutions should consist only of general provisions. The reason is that they must necessarily be permanent and that they cannot calculate for the possible change of things. The voice of the people has been said to be the voice of God, and, however generally this maxim has been quoted and believed, it is not true to fact. The people are turbulent and changing, they seldom judge or determine right. The sacred rights of mankind are not to be rummaged for among old parchments or musty records. They are written, as with the sunbeam, in the whole volume of human nature, by the hand of the divinity itself, and can never be erased or obscured by mortal power. A promise must never be broken. A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous. I never expect to see a perfect work from an imperfect man. You should not have taken advantage of my sensibility to steal into my affections without my consent. The sacred rights of mankind are not to be rummaged for among old parchments or musty records. They are written, as with the sunbeam, in the whole volume of human nature, by the hand of the divinity itself, and can never be erased. In framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the great difficulty lies in this: you must first enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place, oblige it to control itself. Why has government been instituted at all? Because the passions of man will not conform to the dictates of reason and justice without constraint. In politics, as in religion, it is equally absurd to aim at making proselytes by fire and sword. Heresies in either can rarely be cured by persecution. Men often oppose a thing merely because they have had no agency in planning it, or because it may have been planned by those whom they dislike. Unless your government is respectable, foreigners will invade your rights, and to maintain tranquility, it must be respectable even to observe neutrality. You must have a strong government. Real firmness is good for anything. Strut is good for nothing. The inquiry constantly is what will please, not what will benefit the people. In such a government there can be nothing but temporary expedient, fickleness, and folly. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing.